Good day. I'm Roland Kata. I'm a candidate for Maprik Town Lord Mayor's seat, which is currently up for grabs in the 2025 LLG elections. In this series of short talks, I'd like to talk about the kind of mayor that we need to have in Maprik Town. Let me start by saying that Maprik Town is a progressive town in the country. Maprik Town and Messiah Face got name not only in the country but elsewhere in the world due to several things, particularly the vanilla trade that boomed in the mid-1990s, 1994, 95, 96. Maprik Town is destined to be the headquarters of a new Central Civic Province. Late Gabriel Capres asked me and a few others when he was still alive, God rest his soul, and we went and wrote the startup paper to have a new province. And we're about to get it presented to the right people, not we, rather him, he. And unfortunately, God called him away, just as we're about to do it. I was the lead writer and researcher for this work. Although the work has been ongoing for quite some time, it goes all the way back to Sir Peter Luce and others. And we've had commitments made by several prime ministers, Highland-based prime ministers. In the current one, James Marape, and the previous one, Peter O'Neill. So for us to have an LLG, a province is basically on the card, and this one is not going to go away. A lot of people voted for late Gabriel Capres because of the fact that he wanted to make reality the new Central Civic Province. Now back to the mayor question. This is a Papua New Guinea town. It is an East Civic Provincial and Papua New Guinea town. It is not an LLG where you look after people in your local level government. The town of Maprik requires to be built, and the mayor needs to be somebody with that kind of standing so that it becomes, just after the local MP, a very, very important person. The mayor actually builds the town not only for the people of the 4 LLGs in the Maprik district, but also for the people of East Sepik and Papua New Guinea and the world. So if you look at that kind of scope and range of work that the mayor has to do, I want many of us that are currently standing, and especially those of us that are willing to vote for those of us that are standing, to understand that Maprik is just not another LLG. It is a national town, and the position is second only to the Member of Parliament. So I am standing with that firmly in mind. I want to develop Maprik so that it becomes a proud headquarters of the new province. I have the experience and I have the knowledge. I have the connections to get the resources and people. I know how to maximize people with expertise and experience in different areas. So I think this kind of experience of many years, having been a founding father of national planning and having wrote the national project cycle, the most important one for many of you is the project formulation document and the project identification document. And many of the MPs that are currently in government are the ones that I have trained when I was doing the training on the project cycle throughout the country. There are MPs currently, so at least I have that kind of connection. For many of us who are standing, what kind of network and connection do you have in the places where it matters? What do I mean by where it matters? I mean, do you know the procedures and processes that is required to get money both in our national government and in the world with all the other donors? Do you? Ask yourself this. I have a fair bit of experience in this area. That's why I'm asking the question. I'm not asking the question about myself. I'm asking the question about how best the mayor of Maprik Town is going to make Maprik Town the proud headquarters and a burgeoning urban center in Central Subic, which currently it is, but it needs to go up how many other steps. This we have to keep in mind when you are standing. Those of you that are out there wishing to elect somebody to be your mayor need to keep that in mind as well. Fundamentally, do not elect your wantok and friend. Elect a leader. And a leader is for everybody, not for only wantoks and friends. That is an important consideration that you must keep in mind. I will talk to you again about some other issues about this a little later. But I am in box 24. Box 24. So if you think that I can be an alternate or possibly even the best candidate to be mayor of Maprik Town, given my 15 years of experience in government, doing teaching and research at the universities, in high schools, and most importantly, now that the money is very, very hard for the government of Papua New Guinea to get, the international community is there. And I can tell you, having started as the first officer in UNICEF that looked after children and women's rights and development, and from there on going on to others such as USAID and USAID, the one that I was the number 2 boss for, radio science program, European Union and all the others. And I know their mentality, how, where and with whom, and how do you actually discuss with them to have resources and assistance, technical assistance given to you. That's the kind of experience I have. That's the kind of experience that make me myself feel that I am probably the best candidate to make Maprik great. Not great again, because it's never been great. Apart from all the money that we have in the hands of our people, apart from all the Chinese stores that are getting all this money that's in our hands, and apart from a lot of umbrella markets that we have in town, apart from that, the infrastructure in Maprik itself has been in limbo. It is still stuck in the 1980s and 1990s. So think carefully. Think very, very carefully about who you want to be mayor. It's not about your friend being mayor, your son being mayor. It's about the best leader being mayor of Maprik Town. So anyway, thanks very much for listening to me. I'll come back again and, just keep your ears out and look in your channel and see what else I have to say about these very, very important elections for Central Subic and Maprik in particular. Thank you very much. I am Roland Katak, mayoral candidate, box 24. If you need somebody to vote, maybe box 24 is the way to go. Thank you very much again, and talk to you soon.